From outrageous auction prices to the largest painting ever, the art world is full of feats that push artistic creation to its absolute limits. For some, art isn't just created, it's conquered. This isn't just paint and canvas, this is personal legacy, obsession, and the grind to set the bar high. In this video, we will be diving into art's greatest world records. Get ready to be amazed by what's possible when artistry meets ambition. The Journey of Humanity was created by Sasha Joffre in 2020. This massive painting covered over 17,000 square feet and was sold for $62 million. Joffre spent months painting it in 2019. The canvas holds 300 layers of paint and is the size of 2 football fields. He initially wanted to auction off the thing in pieces, but some rich crypto investor from France bought the complete work. Obviously, this project is very impressive, especially since it's not just a bunch of doodles on a canvas. It has a concept and it's layered. The best part about it is that he made it to help children in need dealing with the effects of the pandemic. In 2014, 5,084 people painted together in Panama City to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Panama Canal. Most of the participants were children, and the canvas was split into long strips for each child to paint on. Once they were done painting, the strips were then assembled together and hoisted onto the side of a hill below the Panama Canal Administration Building. I like the fact that it was kids working together to do this. I find that more meaningful than if it was the idea for some quirky dude's art installation. I don't know if they understood the magnitude of achieving that world record, but it's highly possible that there wasn't another time in history that 5,000 people got together and contributed to a singular painting. Chancellor Agatu, a student at Savannah College of Art and Design in Atlanta, Georgia, broke the world record for longest time drawing. He stayed at the easel for 100 hours straight, which is 40 hours more than the previous record set by Roland Palmertz in 2013. Which is pretty psychotic, to be honest. That's about 4 days straight. I've never heard of anybody doing anything that long. Although earlier this year I did stay up for 4 days straight because I had a swollen uvula from hitting my vape so hard. And every time I tried to go to sleep it felt like my throat was closing, but the swelling went away eventually. Not to get off topic or whatever. The Mona Lisa is the most highly valued painting, assessed at $100 million in 1967. But if we factor inflation into the mix, today that would be around $1.039 billion. But what's the highest amount anybody's actually sold a painting for? That achievement goes to another one of Leonardo da Vinci's works. Salvator Mundi was rediscovered, restored, and exhibited in London from 2011 through 2012, but it was then sold for $450.3 million in 2017. The auction was done at Christie's in New York, and the buyer was Prince Badir bin Abdullah Al Saud, who was the stand-in bidder for the Saudi Arabian Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. It still hasn't been displayed publicly over there yet because it's meant to be housed at a cultural center that is still undergoing construction. This cave painting that depicts a wild cattle-like animal is estimated to be over 45,500 years old. It was discovered in a Borneo cave, and for those that don't know much about Southeast Asian geography, Borneo is an island that doesn't just belong to one country, it belongs to 3: Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei. I know that doesn't have much to do with the old cow painting, I just thought it was interesting. Morris Katz, known for being the fastest painter in the world, finishing his artworks in just 30 seconds. Researchers at Georgia Institute of Technology USA have painted the smallest ever painting. A replica of the Mona Lisa called Mini Lisa was created using an atomic force microscope. The technique involved controlling minute chemical reactions using a heated cantilever arm as a brush. Adjusting the heat controlled the shade that would be made onto the 30 microns wide canvas. It is 1/25,000th the size of the original. A microscopic sculpture named Trust by John T. Hurwitz won the 2015 world record for smallest sculpture of a human form. It was 0.1 millimeters high and smaller than a speck of dust. Sadly, it was destroyed by a photographer's finger when they were doing a photo shoot using an electron microscope. The technician went to change the orientation, and then for the next half hour we were looking for the piece through the lens. Eventually I noticed there was a fingerprint exactly where the sculpture used to be. The Flamenco Ice Tower, reaching 100 feet, was made in China during the Harbin Ice Festival. It is named such because the tower represents a flamenco dress. It was constructed by spraying ice onto a pre-existing mold. The ice was reinforced by mixing water with cellulose and wood fiber before it was frozen. This makes it 3 times more durable than regular ice and could potentially have practical uses in the future when building structures on cold planets. A 69-foot tall sandcastle was built in Blokhus, Denmark in 2021, requiring over 5,000 tons of sand and the help of over 30 sand sculptors. Since this was made during the time of COVID, its creator, Wilfred Stiger, made the tippy top of the castle look like a COVID ball. The idea was that COVID loomed menacingly over the populace, making people afraid to go outside, so the sandcastle's gargantuan size is a physical representation of that. In every field, there is always competition. There is always a handful of people who want to make it to the top. It's no different in art. Even though art is first and foremost a channel for expression, the competitive spirit can be found within artists just the same. And it doesn't even need to be competitive in nature. It could just be somebody who wants to take their abilities as far as they can go. Socrates said, "No man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and the strength of which his body is capable." Surely it must be the same for their skills as well. Everybody should aim for the stars at least once in your life, even if it's just to see if you can do it.